Welcome back to your Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. The Sunapee-Kearsarge Intercommunity Theater produces shows throughout our region. Let's hear about their next show.
This is called Olympus on My Mind. Gary, the director, presented this idea to the board of directors last fall, and we had a little time to look at some videos on YouTube and think it over, and decided that it seemed like a pretty good fit for SKIT.
This is a show that I saw in Vermont about 25 years ago, and it's stuck in my head because I loved it so much. It's very clever, very funny. The premise is in ancient Greece, Jupiter, or Jove, sees this beautiful woman down here on Earth and decides to come down and woo her because he's interested in her. And he brings his son Mercury with him. Her husband, the woman's husband, is away at war. Well, Jupiter comes down and he makes believe he's the husband, and he can disguise himself as anyone he wants. So they're happy to see, she's wonderful, her husband's back. They, basically spend the night together and everything. And then the next day, the real husband returns. So then all kinds of mix-ups occur. Who's Jupiter's son plays Sosha, a slave, Amphitryon, who's the husband. And so the two sets of supposedly identical people keep getting mixed up by the cast, and it's just a lot of fun.
It's delightful music. It's an off-Broadway, was an off-Broadway production, and after getting to know it better and better, I find it to be an absolute gem. I love the music. Dialogue is funny and fast-paced. The actors are doing a wonderful job with bringing the show to life.
The role of Amphitryon, which is played by, or Jupiter, he plays both roles, is played by Sully, a guy named Sully, who's in a band, and he has a great voice, a good stage presence. So I was looking for a leading man type character. He showed up, and that worked. For his son, I was looking for like a college student type kid, and I found this kid Ben, who goes to Magdalen College right up the road. Perfect. Sosha, the slave, the real slave, is played by Larry Fuller, who's been in a couple shows here. He's an older guy, but he's real good at character roles. His wife, who's the slave for the leading woman, is played by Judy, who's a local person who's been in shows, and she can sing really well, and she's really good at character. Female lead, the woman that Alcmene, who is in Greece, who Jupiter comes down to woo, is played by a friend of mine, actually from Massachusetts, and I just pictured her in the role. She has a gorgeous voice, she's very pretty, and I asked her if she would be willing to drive up to Warner for this, and she said yes. And then we have the chorus. There's a cute little chorus thing going on in this, where there's three guys, Tom, Dick, and Horace, and they have the lead woman, Dolores. So Tom, Dick, Horace, and Dolores play this little chorus. And they come in and echo stuff and sing things in and out. And they play some extra little roles of other characters sometimes. So that's basically how that works. We have Jerry Verino as the music director, and she's, I'd say, a longtime music director person from Concord, who I've known for years and years and years. I've been in the community players in Concord, and she's handled a lot of music. So she's been the music director, and she's going to play the piano, for the show, and we will have a drummer and another. We'll have an instrument that can do, the trumpets and clarinet, does other instruments. So we'll have three people in this small orchestra.
Sunapee-Kearsarge Intercommunity Theater, SKIT, was organized about 30 years ago. We celebrated 30 years. We had a party last November, and it grew out of the New London Barn volunteers who needed something to do when the summer season was over. So, okay, kids, let's do a show. And since then, we've done numerous shows all throughout the Kearsarge-Sunapee area, including Newport. And we've started a scholarship program in 1998, and we've given out many, many scholarships. We are pleased that we stay in touch with many of our scholarship recipients, and they continue to enjoy theater and the arts. This production is being performed at the Warner Town Hall. It's 5 East Main Street in Warner. Tickets are available in Warner at Main Street Bookends, in New London at the Tatewell Gallery, and at Morgan Hill Bookstore. Show dates are April 12th and 13th at 7:30, and the 14th at 1:30, and the following weekend on the 19th and 20th at 7:30, and the 21st at 1:30. For any information about this upcoming show or for future SKIT productions and the history of SKIT, please go to our website, skitnh.org.
Thank you, Gary and Kendra and the whole crew for this next production. Check out their website for ticket sales and how to get involved. When we return, we'll meet with the owners of this year's New Hampshire Business Persons of the Year. Let's now take a break for a few words from other businesses that underwrite your Yankee Chronicle. These local businesses can only continue if you buy and support those that support us.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner. For books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.